Hello everybody, I'm William Butler. Here's the ID to show you that I'm not lying. So, when you think of a Supreme Court case, you're probably thinking of something that was unjustly done by the law, that was brought all the way up to the top of the government power, and was in turn either declared unconstitutional by one party or completely constitutional by another. Now, the most notable cases were obviously the unconstitutional ones because, let's face it, the ones that are actually exciting were the ones that were declared wrong. Those are always the more interesting ones, in my opinion. One of those cases falls under a man by the name of Miranda back in the 70s. This man, no matter how bad of a person he may have been, was someone who actually, in the end of his Supreme Court case, managed to get us quite a bit of freedom. Now, how is that possible, you're wondering? Well, I'm going to explain the case of Miranda versus Arizona to you. I'm going to start with who Miranda was and maybe why he was such a bad person, following the events leading to his arrest, the court case, the Supreme Court case, and then from there, I will wrap up with why he is so significant to our freedom. So to start off, I just said Miranda, he's not a very good person, and I mean that. The dude probably had a few warrants under him here and there. I would really not be surprised. As a matter of fact, he was known for committing crime. And as far as I know, it went all the way from kidnapping to rape to murder and all sorts of atrocities and robbery as well. And just overall, not a good guy. So naturally, when you have someone running around like that, the police are going to be watching them pretty close. So in this case, they were. And because of that, they went ahead and arrested Mr. Miranda on charges of rape and kidnapping, two of some of the worst crimes possible, besides murder and genocide. Those are both bad too. So, when he was arrested, he was put into the car, and he was not told anything. He wasn't even told to be silent. And from there, he was taken to his state court case, where he testified and didn't even know he was allowed to have an attorney defending him, and promptly was arrested thereafter. Well, you can kind of already see something's wrong with that, considering we do have the Fifth Amendment, which declares that we have a right against that, being told our rights as a criminal. And was he? No, he wasn't. So because of this, it got appealed all the way up to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. From there, Miranda the trial was re-looked over by the judges of the Supreme Court, and they declared the entire prosecution of Miranda completely unconstitutional. Now, you're wondering, okay, so it violated the Fifth Amendment, as I said, but why is this so significant to everyday people, even if we don't commit crimes? Well, I'm going to explain why it's significant to each and every one of us, and why this horrible man still granted us a lot of freedom if you think about it. So, not everybody's expecting to be arrested one day, but you never know. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to be the one to commit the crime. You could just be in the general place at the wrong time. You never know what could happen. The world is very unpredictable, as most people know. So if you ever do end up getting cuffed and put into a police car, because of this case alone, because of this case, you are guaranteed to have those rights read to you, the right to remain silent, the right to have an attorney, and you are set. You have the right to defend yourself in court. As legaldictionary.net, which I did get a lot of my information from, states, the Fifth Amendment grants us the right against self-incrimination. is violated when an individual is taken into custody for interrogation purpose without being informed of his constitutional rights to remain silent and have a counsel present. Mr. Miranda did not have any of those rights read to him and completely testified in court based on what the cops gave to him and did not know any of his constitutional rights. Because of this landmark case, we have much more freedom as citizens of the United States of America than we truly take account for. I'm William Butler, and this is my presentation on Miranda versus Arizona. Thank you very much.